Hello, sunshines. Welcome to Bunnyfish Crafts. I'm Heather, known as Bunnyfish on all the internet places. And it is Saturday, the 4th of October, 2025. It is the first weekend day of the final quarter of the year, so it is time for a Crafty goal update. I feel like quarter 3 was so ridiculous successful. Like, I think I did so great. So, quick recap on the first 3 goals. I did a blanket for my friend Nikki. I finished that in March. I finished socks for my best friend in June. And I finished a corner-to-corner blanket also in June. So the next goal is Venna's mitts and thigh highs. As I am recording this, I have about 15 rounds to go, so I'm not going to consider it finished in Q3. It's definitely a Q4 finish, but just know that this is going to be finished so soon. Cecilia's present, which is a giant worm, I finished that on September 14th. So that's really exciting. Yay, giant worm. I hope my niece likes it. I hope it's what she meant when she said giant worm. All she said was giant worm, like no other specifications. 361 scraps, minis, or skeins. I am doing okay at that. I do have a plan. I'll come back to that at the end of the video though. I am currently at 228 scrappy bits used up. So not the most amazing, but also not terrible. Then I have a present for Mara. She requested a soft pink sweater. I finished that on August 1st. She likes it. It meets her specifications, so that's exciting. 12 inches on the linen stitch blanket. I am dangerously close to finishing this goal too. I have about an inch, around an inch left to go on that, which is very close and very exciting. Andrew's blanket, I finished that on August 7th. And then the black and green leggings were finished in April. The socks for my Aunt Leslie, final pair was finished in June. The socks for Karma, those were finished in May. Join 100 Hexies, I did that. I finished joining those 100 Hexies on August 12th. Socks for my sister, I finished that on August 10th. Socks for Dom, I finished that on August 8th. It's amazing how much crafting I can get done when I don't have summer school. And then blankets for auction, I have 2 of them finished. One I finished in March, one I finished in May, and I am working on a 3rd one. However, we're not doing auction for middle schoolers, so I don't know what that blanket's going to be for. I am going to finish it. I'm sure I can figure out something. What immediately springs to mind is my best friend is an intern at a women's shelter, and they do a lot of events for, like she just did an event for homelessness, and they give things away. So I'm considering maybe seeing if she would want that Afghan to give away, potentially, maybe. And like, this isn't a goal, but maybe I could also make like hats and mitts and stuff, because it gets cold in Michigan. I mean, it's not the coldest state in the United States, but it does get really cold, especially if you live anywhere near the water. So I feel like I'm in a really, really good place for quarter four. Two of my goals are really, really close to done, and the others aren't that far off. And circling back to my plans for minis, I am planning during this quarter to focus very, very heavily on working on scrappy blankets. I have so many scrappy bits set aside for my nor'easterly that I want to get those worked in. I have some scraps set aside to put into my sister's jelly roll blanket. I have so many scrappy blankets to work on. I also have a cowl going for my sister that is scrappy, and I have a pair of scrappy knee highs. No, not knee highs, thigh highs going on for my oldest kiddo. So even though it sounds like I still have a lot of scraps and minis, like around 80, something around there, it's totally going to be doable in this final quarter. And the auction blanket is a scrappy blanket. The linen stitch blanket is a scrappy blanket. So that's 2 scrappy projects. I've got this. I'm really excited. How are your plans or goals for the year going? Have you been accomplishing what you wanted to accomplish? I am sending you rest, but also productivity for this final quarter of 2025. I hope that you are able to accomplish what you want, and I can't wait to check in with you sometime in December. Bye for now.